Okay, so for our next step, we need to add a background that I want to create it. To do this, first I want to actually increase a little bit size, so we'll position, cut maybe a little bit closer, like almost to the edge right here. Bring slightly up. I'm just looking right there, so we on the bottom, just to frame, and usually they just position eye maybe a little bit like this. I think this is good kind of composition. You know what? Maybe even lower. We'll see how we're going, because I don't necessarily like lower. We can try play with this as well, edge, because this one will look a little bit closer, but I don't like cut arm off. So maybe just around here will be better. I think about right here, maybe composition. Again, we can play a little bit more with composition, but again, the point is on a 1, so I want it on the center, and just bring up like this maybe. Okay, so yeah, let's go right now, just leave it as for now, and we have a good space, white space right there. We can put a name for the wand and other things. What I'm going to use it as a backdrop, and it is based from trip. I have it to England, and right there some of the castles, some beautiful stuff. We're going to use it. This door, interesting things, this is from Castwell, England, and it's door which is inspired J.R. Tolkien to all this Mordor, to this doors, not Mordor, but some other door in Lord of the Rings. So we're going to use that door. Okay, and I'm just created, drag and drop. We'll go put it on a background right here. Let's go to scale, Command Control T. Just bring up. And let's see if we scale properly, because I want to create like this look. I think right here will be about right. Of course, if you look first what we have, our tones is different, because we have a little bit warmer and colder coloring, so I want to adjust to match them, and I like going more to the warm color. So we'll go to create a curve for this, lock the curve to our layer, and switch to the coloring mode. Let's go to the set on a blue and bring just a little bit blue down to warmer here. We'll go to the red and bring just a little bit up. So warm up image slightly. It's kind of better matching between cold and this. But of course, this is our attention, so we need it hide a little bit more. We'll create a new layer. Dodge and burn. We'll set to the 50% gray. Again, lock to our layer before. Okay, dodge and burn, switch to the soft light, select our brush, increase size, and I just want darker on the back. Okay, so we'll go create just kind of like almost dark. Again, sometimes when it's a little bit harder to create dark, we can add additional layer. Clip once more. Let's go on a darker, select to the multiply mode, and we'll select the color, something around there with greenish, and kind of slightly start painting. This will be much dramatic, much more darker going than dodge and burn, but I want to do some in areas like right there behind her, so it's getting darker. Okay, there. Other things also on the background layer, background. You know what? Let's go to convert this to a smart object. I will convert because we did scale up. It's not a big problem. Problem is when we start scaling down, then we want for sure have a smart object. But what I want to do, I want to apply blur, but I don't want destructively. So when we have smart object and we apply the blur, that will have it a little bit better for us. So I want to apply blur just to isolate our object a little bit better off the background. Don't want too much blur, but I think this way will work a little bit better. Again, you can see before it's kind of blend together, and now we isolated our objects a little bit better from background. We do want to match overall shadowing, and at this point we can actually go to a model. Above the model, create new. Oops, let's go to call this global dodge and burn. Gray, set to the soft light. Let's reset to the black 10%, and I'm just going to now apply dodge and burn to all image. So now we start blending, kind of come together. Okay, let's go switch highlights, put it a little bit more highlights on her face. Go around right there with the door. A little bit from top lighting going. Okay, darker again. Okay, so right here we have our I think image look okay. So let's look for a second. It's look good. We coloring. So let's go create a new black and white. Okay, in black and white, I want bring here actually skin. This is mostly what I'm going to do. Okay, bring skin. Next, we're going to take opacity down and bring just a little bit up. I think her skin was a little bit too bright. So right around there. Okay, maybe around here. Okay, also till we select, let's have it brush and bring a little bit redness back on her hair. So I'm going just a little bit right there, bring so we can, I think the darker look kind of nicer. Okay, almost done. We could apply more blur around to set in the focus to the center point. To do this, we can create new image, combine all layers, and we can go to the filter, blur gallery, iris blur, and we'll set blur on her eyes. Let's increase a little bit size of this down around here, and you can see how the edge is going to blur. So we can go all ones to critical, to biggest one, so we can be sure we set right things in blur. Okay, maybe around here, like right there. Yeah. Okay, now let's reverse a little bit. So we don't want too much blur, but just enough to keep it. Okay, when we're done, press enter, and usually right in this area where I think was, you can look on the hands, this area, it's where I want to add more blur. So before we have it quite a bit sharp, and now a little bit off. Again, focusing, this is our focal point, that's why I want to do it. Okay, next let's go to add some correction, color adjustment. So we'll have it color for this one. We're going to color, let's select blending mode color, go to the blue, we'll take increase shadowing and take middle down. So we'll just kind of almost create colder areas. Okay, we'll go to the red, cyanish, add to this and restore our reds back. Just as before and after. I'm not necessarily if I like this, so I'm gonna go to blend, just bring maybe a little bit around the area. Let's go add some luminosity to this. So luminosity adjustments, we go to, of course, the blending mode as a luminosity, and we can take our bottom, bring a little bit more, flatten top and bottom slightly. Okay, if we need add darker, we can add on the middle. Nice things about luminosity, it does not affect saturation, just okay, right here dark, and let's bring a little bit under. Okay, preview again before and after. Don't know if I like actual crush black better maybe than flatten. So again, this is coloring. You can kind of play around, maybe just a little bit adjustment around that area. Okay, same with coloring. Other things we can do also, we can go in selective colors, and right here in selective colors we can also play with the black and white. So we can bring flatten this way and add. Let's go colder from this area. Let's go to the neutral, and this is our neutral colors. So we'll just set back to 0. Okay, neutral. I have a hard time to typing, so I'll just type in, and we can add a little bit more warmer to the neutral, so we can have this composition. Okay, let's go on a white, and we almost don't have any whites except on her chin. And those ones we can actually going, almost don't touch them at all. Okay, now we have our green color. We can bring brighter. Adjusting a little bit on that one. Okay, let's go to the red color. So we'll bring a red a little bit up. So, and I think a little bit warmer actually will work better. Okay, now blues. We don't have that much on the blue. Magenta, so a little bit on the black. Maybe, you know what? Just let's do colder. Okay, so adjustment. There we go. Okay, and so here right here, color adjustments. We have it before and after. You also have it different. We can go with the curves. You can combine with all of them. For example, with a curve, we'll just bring in, and our luminosity almost does not change anything, just a little bit. Let's do one last thing. We'll have it a curve. We'll drop this curve down, and let's call it frame. That's what we're going to do, framing. So we'll done this. We'll have it our select tool. We'll have it mark kind of rectangle and selecting, fill up inside with the black, so we have this nice black border. Go to the masking and increase feathering, and switch to the soft light. So this is just, you can see, add a little bit more border to our image. We're going to decrease slightly. And here we have our image, so we can look before and after kind of. So we'll take our photo, cut it off, isolate it, retouch it, and we add to our background. We also, because how I say it was promo for this one shop, so in this case, if you need it, you have a nice space to get fonts, whatever you want to name it. I'm not very creative at this second on the text. But we can have it, if you want to put just you know, right here, you can put it anywhere, text. You have a nice space here, or whatever you want to put information about product you want. So overall, here's kind of video about processing and simple compositing, what I was doing with image. And thank you for watching this. Please be sure subscribe on YouTube to get notifications about new tutorials, new videos released, and thank you for your support.